Hey guys, so this is going to be your reading for today. And we're moving forward because we finished up our standard yesterday on understanding how graphs apply to our reading passages. So today you're going to just be reviewing paired passages, and we're going to be doing that up until it's time for spring break to be over, and then we come back to school. So we should have had plenty of practice doing our paired passages here. So if you look, we've got Steph Curry, small player, big success. And that's a whole passage, and you see it goes through these slides here, and we're going to read it together. And then it goes into LeBron James, a hoops superstar. So this is your second part of your paired passage. So you've got a paired passage on Steph Curry, and you've got a paired passage on LeBron James. All right, so let's start at the beginning. And remember, I would like for you to read it with me as you read it by yourself too, okay? Stephen Curry was one of the best college basketball players in the country in 2009. Stephen was eager to join an NBA team when he left college that year. Since his father, Dale, played professionally for 16 years, Stephen knew what it took to be successful in the NBA. He was an excellent shooter. He made his teammates better. But some teams thought Stephen was too weak. They thought he wasn't athletic enough. They did not think he could make it through an entire NBA season. Okay, and there's directions at the bottom of this page telling us slides 1 through 8 are going to be on Steph Curry, okay? So we're going to go, we're going to talk about what we read on this slide, and then we're going to go to the next slide. All right, so far we're learning about Stephen Curry, and he really wanted to join the NBA team, and his father also played um, professional basketball. NBA is the National Basketball Association. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. All right, so let's go to the next slide. 6 players were chosen before Stephen in the 2009 NBA draft, which is when NBA teams choose college players. But the Golden State Warriors were thrilled that other teams passed on him. They chose Stephen with their 7th pick. The Warriors were a terrible team when they chose Stephen. They had only made the playoffs one time since 1995, but they knew a hardworking player like Stephen was just who they needed to help them win again. All right, so this slide is talking about how nobody's picking Stephen or Steph Curry, and then all of a sudden one team was like, we need him. And so the Golden State Warriors chose him as their 7th pick. So he was the 7th person chosen for that team. Golden State fans were excited too. His number 30 jersey was the team's bestseller. Reporters flocked to Stephen after each game. Stephen played well in his first game. He scored 14 points and made 4 steals. A newspaper article after that game said Stephen could be the person to save the Warriors. He played 77 games and averaged 17.5 points per game during his first year. He made 166 three-point shots, which was 6th best in the NBA. Stephen played well, but the Warriors continued losing. So even though Steph Curry is like blowing it out on the court, his team is still not winning. Because remember, when you play a team, you have to have skill all across the board, and you got to be able to work together as a team. So let's see if the author's going to include why they're not doing well. They lost 145 games and won only 85 during Stephen's first 3 years. Stephen was good, but he was not as good as he wanted to be. He sprained his ankle several times during his second season. His ankle hurt so bad that Stephen had surgery on it during his third season. This made him miss 40 games. It would have been easy for Stephen to get discouraged after so many injuries and losses. But Stephen remembered watching his dad in the NBA. He knew that succeeding in the NBA was going to take lots of perseverance and hard work. All right, so here it's talking about how Stephen wants to be the best, but he's not quite there yet. Okay. So it's talking about how his medical issues are playing into that, and how he, instead of being discouraged, he had perseverance and hard work. And perseverance means to push through something even though it's really, really hard. Okay, so like some of us are really, really good at reading, but we're not so good at math. And you work really, really hard to be good at math, and then you persevere. You've shown your hard work is worth it. Same thing with reading. Maybe you're really, really good at math, but you're not really that good at reading. And then you have perseverance. You work hard, you study, you practice, and then you end up persevering at the end because you become a much better reader. So Steven started taking 1,000 shots before practice. He spent lots of time exercising to get stronger. He watched athletes in other sports. Steven attended practices with football superstar Cam Newton during the summer of 2012. Steven learned many valuable lessons by watching Cam practice football. He taught Steven how to help his team win more often. All this hard work helped Steven and the Warriors improve dramatically during the 2012-2013 season. He led the NBA by making 272 three-pointers. The Warriors made the playoffs. Fans could tell that Steven was going to make the Warriors an amazing team. The Warriors won even more games during the 2013-2014 season. Steven again led the NBA in three-pointers. Over 1 million fans voted for Steven to start in an All-Star game. But Steven's breakout season was in 2014-2015. He set a record for the most three-pointers made in one season with 286. Steven was voted as the NBA's most valuable player. Steven capped his dream season by leading the Warriors to an NBA championship by defeating LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was Golden State's first NBA championship since 1975. That's a long time. Steven helped the Warriors continue their dominance during the next season. Golden State set a record with 73 wins in a season. He destroyed the NBA record by making 402 three-point shots in one season. They made it back to the NBA Finals but lost to Cleveland. Steven was sad because even though the Warriors had a great season, they couldn't win the championship. He made up for that the next 2 years. He led the Warriors to the NBA championship in 2017 and 2018. They beat LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers both times. Steven set a record for making 9 three-pointers during one game in the 2018 NBA Finals. Steven has proven the Warriors were smart to choose a small player from a small college to lead them back to greatness. All right, so that's the end of our Steph Curry passage. Now we're going to move on to LeBron James. LeBron James, a hoops superstar. LeBron James was so talented that he decided to start playing in the NBA right after high school in 2003. The Cleveland Cavaliers got to pick first in the NBA draft. Everyone knew they would choose LeBron since he grew up only 39 miles from Cleveland. Some people wondered if LeBron would struggle during his first NBA season. Playing against NBA players is a huge difference than high school, but LeBron played awesome during his first year. Cleveland won 18 more games. He scored 41 points in one game against New Jersey. He won the NBA Rookie of the Year award. LeBron continued playing well during the next several years, but his dream was to win NBA championships, just like Michael Jordan. He made it to the NBA Finals in 2007, but Cleveland lost to the San Antonio Spurs. Cleveland did not get back to the NBA Finals during the next 3 years. So after the 2010 season, LeBron decided to play for the Miami Heat. People in Cleveland were devastated. The owner of the Cavaliers said some very mean things about LeBron, but the decision paid off for LeBron because he helped the Heat get to the NBA Finals 4 straight years. The Heat won the title in 2012 when they beat Oklahoma City, and in 2013 by defeating the Spurs. LeBron had a ton of success in Miami, but his heart was still in Cleveland. After the 2014 season, he returned to his home state to play for the Cavaliers. Cleveland was one of the NBA's worst teams after LeBron left, but in his first year back, he helped the Cavaliers get to the 2015 NBA Finals, where they lost to the Golden State Warriors. LeBron led Cleveland to the NBA championship during his second season back. They had to beat Golden State, which had just set an NBA record with 73 wins during the season. Golden State won 3 of the first 4 games in the 2016 NBA Finals, but LeBron refused to let Cleveland lose. He scored 41 points in the next 2 games to help Cleveland tie the series. Then he played great in Game 7 to help Cleveland win its first championship. All right, Golden State. Who's playing for Golden State, guys? Steph Curry. LeBron cried for several minutes after the game. He was so happy he delivered a championship to Cleveland. There were huge parties across Cleveland because it was the city's first pro sports championship since 1964. LeBron got back to the NBA Finals in 2017 and 2018, but Cleveland lost to Golden State both years. After that, LeBron decided to play for the LA Lakers. The Lakers are a famous team, but they lost a lot from 2013 to 2018. He wants to help them start winning again. LeBron is one of the best players to ever play in the NBA. Sports fans love debating whether LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. LeBron played in the NBA Finals 6 straight years, something Jordan never did. But Jordan won 6 NBA titles while LeBron has won 3. LeBron wears jersey number 23 with Cleveland because that's the same number Jordan wore during most of his NBA career. LeBron loved watching Jordan play in the 1990s while he was growing up. LeBron has won many awards just like Jordan, but LeBron has always enjoyed making his teammates better. I've always loved the success of my teammates more than myself, LeBron once told a reporter. He also said when he was a kid, he had a younger player on his team who could not catch the basketball. So his teammates would roll him the ball so he could pick it up. When this player finally caught the ball and made a shot, LeBron said it was the greatest thing for all of us, and I'll always remember that. Just like basketball fans, we'll always remember LeBron James as one of the best players ever. All right, so now let's review what we read with Steph Curry. Steph Curry his father was in the NBA and he joined with the Golden State Warriors. And they weren't winning very much. And then he kept working hard and eventually led them to a couple of championship wins. And then LeBron idolized Michael Jordan, and he first played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then he chose to go to the Miami Heat. And then he went back to the Cavaliers, even though they lost twice to Golden State. And then LeBron went to the LA Lakers to play. All right, so that's basically the reading passages. So next you're going to pull up your slides and then you're going to open the form that I have for you, which is going to look like this. And then you're going to answer these questions. But remember, you can always go back to the text, okay? All right, guys, good luck.